Welcome back to another episode of this here podcast that is known as Home of Melanin Magnificence and the Kingdom of Belts. You are tuned in to Get the Belt podcast, where any motherfucker can get it. And I am your host, Myles Sat. Thanks again for tuning back in. I'm joined this week by another special guest. Now, I didn't promote or say who's going to be on because it was real last minute, but I've been speaking to this guy for the last few years. We've been trying to get a little link up on the podcast. Introduce yourself, young man.
Hi guys, I'm Carter The Bandit.
Now, I think I first saw you, and I don't think it was for your rapping.
Okay. No.
Do you think you know what it is for?
Yeah. It was definitely
the waistline.
Yeah, dancing.
It was dancing. It was dancing. I was about to say dancing like I'm from London. Yeah, I saw you brucking out.
Yeah, literally.
And the way that waistline goes is crazy. Which one came first? Because you're rapper.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously songwriter. You write your own
Of course.
stuff.
Yeah.
And dancer. Is there anything else on that list?
No, just a bad bitch. That's it, really.
I know, that's right. Which one came first, the dancing or the rapping?
The dancing came first. So I've been dancing all my life, really and truly. And then I started dancing. I studied dance actually for 1 year in Lewisham College.
Okay.
Dropped out because it just wasn't for me by the end of the year. And then I started busking in Central with some of my friends, like some of my straight friends. Like would go Oxford Circus, Piccadilly, everywhere. Basically.
And dance?
Yeah, dance. Obviously put the speaker out, the hat's in the middle, everyone's dancing. Like we would have like little dance teams that would take turns to like, obviously, like when it's their slot, they would go to like Piccadilly or Oxford Circus, like a certain corner where there's obviously you're allowed to do it or whatever, whatnot, or you have to have like a license.
Did you ever go to Trocadero to do it back in the day?
So I
That was
literally
such a
always
nice
went to
little
Trocadero.
spot.
And then when it closed, everyone didn't really have nowhere to go to. So it's just like, okay, right, straight up busking every day now, like kind of thing. So I was doing that for a bit. And then the twerking and stuff came once I kind of discovered the gay scene, especially the black gay scene.
So hold up. When you was doing the busking, you wasn't twerking then?
No.
That was going to be my question.
Okay.
Like your straight friends, I don't know, popping looking. And
So
what kind of dance was you doing in the
street
busking?
dance.
Street dance, okay, lit.
So I was doing street dancing, Afro beats as well. Just the normal stuff, nothing too out there, like for people to be like, whoa. But like with my straight friends, everyone knew already I was gay. So it's like I was the only gay kind of out of everyone that was there. So everyone was just vibes with me anyways. But the twerking came in when I met a certain friendship group. I just liked the way everything was going. I only saw it in America, so then seeing it here, and I'm like, okay, so you actually do like rock out and twerk and all of these things. And then I just got more into it. And then from there, one day I was dancing at the club, and then I realized that we had like a whole circle around us.
Because the way your ass moves is giving Bandit for real. Like, it's lit.
Thank you.
It's so lit. So you're one of the UK's, I would say, biggest black queer rappers out there.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, you've been doing this now for about 8 years, I want to say.
Probably like coming up to, literally, it seems like I've been doing it for longer, but probably only 5-6 years.
5-6 years?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but I thought that you'd been doing it for a lot longer than that.
Literally, I think 2019, just as COVID was like going away a little bit, I was writing in my friend's room, and she was like, well, you got to follow him for it or whatever, whatnot. And like, obviously, you like music, you do music, but you've just never really put anything out. So one day I wrote a freestyle in her room to like a Nicki Minaj beat. I think it was No Flags. And I posted it on Instagram and everyone was like, oh my gosh, like, okay. So then I just carried on doing it from there and kept going. And then probably by like 2021, I got my first interview with Attitude Magazine. For
I
like
remember seeing that.
Pride event. So, yeah.
From that first video that you did of that freestyle, what did the rest of your like journey look like?
The rest of the journey...
Because you've performed a lot.
Yeah, it was unexpected, to be honest. Like, I was still dancing, even though I was doing the music at first. And then I felt like I needed to take a break on the dancing to focus on the music.
Yeah.
So it was like constant freestyles. And because I already had like American followers, like especially the big artists out there following me from dancing, I was then doing
Which big artists do you have following you?
I had Lyrica Anderson following me. So she got me my first like 5,000 followers, like dancing to one of her tunes. And then from there, I then danced to like a Suki Hunter tune, and she followed me and reposted my video.
Suki followed you?
Yeah.
I
So
love that bitch.
she follows me, like a few of them, like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay. So from there, then I started doing freestyles to their tunes. So then they can see, okay, right, he's dancing now, he's doing music,
Yeah.
whatever, whatnot. So yeah, from there, all the reshares and the reposts and the comments from them and stuff, I feel like kind of boosted me up a bit. And then everything else, like the performances, they just started falling in. But I feel like it's because of being in nightclubs already and knowing the promoters, and like knowing that obviously I can bring a crowd. So now the music is obviously coming with it, and then the magazines and everything else is just solidifying where I'm meant to be. So it's like, okay, cool. Yeah.
Who would you say like Carter the Bandit is?
Carter the Bandit is, in 3 words, a sweet, sexy savage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I say that because people look at me and think, oh, he's just my face without smiling. He's rude, but I'm not. Once you get to talk to me, like I'm mad.
Yeah,
sweet,
you're sweet.
do you know what I mean?
You're sweet, but you definitely give.
Yeah, my appearance just gives.
It gives thug daddy
Yeah.
will beat you up.
Yeah.
And dick you down.
Yeah.
Quick question: top, bottom, or verse?
I'm top.
Okay, period.
Yeah.
And you would never get that from the video. And I hate people that judge,
Of course,
but we all do it.
it happens.
It happens,
It
babe.
happens.
It happens.
It happens.
And if I see a man moving like that, I straight away am
Instantly
gonna think,
Yeah.
ready for the
course.
dealings.
Yeah, nah. Literally, a lot of people think that like throughout years and years, like even dancing, because I was dancing in underwear as well, especially, like people messaging me like, oh, so what you saying? And it's like, if only you knew that that's not the case here. Like, it's really not the case at all. Like, I'm literally just doing this for entertainment. Like, it's fun and it's just me just being myself, to be honest.
Yeah. But
yeah.
you will be in their guts,
Yeah.
not the other way around.
Nah.
Have you ever bottomed?
Yeah, when I was younger, but it wasn't frequently or anything. Like, it literally was like little 1-2 times, and then I was like, oh man, no, it's not for me.
Yeah,
So yeah.
I hear that. Okay, so I got distracted by the waist and the moving and the things. So you were saying you'd bring a crowd. You would
Yeah, me and my friends
from working the clubs and stuff.
Yeah. So that like literally kind of boosted me to be like, okay, do you know what? Now I need a name. So then Carter the Bandit came. And from there, then everyone started, oh, that's Carter, or Carter the Bandit, and all of these things. And like, I just never expected everyone to actually be calling me Carter.
Yeah.
But then now it's like something that stuck with me. So I'm just like, okay, cool.
Yeah. So where does the name actually come from?
Now, I get asked this question a lot, and I don't actually have an answer because Carter's not in my name at all. Like, I literally was sitting with my friends one day, and I think we was going to call ourselves like the Bandits. That was a group name. But then the names that we would have individually would go with, I don't know what it would go with, but I was just like Carter the Bandit. And everyone was like, okay, that goes.
Yeah, it goes.
So let's stick with that.
So what is your real name? Do you say that?
Denell.
Denell.
Yeah.
Oh, like Denell Jones or
Like Denell, like
Den-
Denell. Denell.
Okay, and how come you didn't want to go with your own name? And was that for the
Because-
dancing or was it for the rapping?
For everything, really and truly, because
Yeah.
I just feel like everyone doesn't need to be in my business. Everything needs to be a little bit of a mystery. But at the same time, like the more I open up, the more people kind of get to know me. And I feel like it's only recently I started telling people my name. Like, I feel like if I've known you for ages or I've known you for a while, I would then tell you like, you know, my name's not Carter, right? Like, my name is Denell. So yeah.
You've been doing this now, you were saying, for about 5 years, yeah? Do you feel like you've got the support that you needed from, or that you deserve from the masses?
Can you elaborate on that?
Inviting you to perform places, connecting you to the right kind of people, promoting, supporting your work. I don't know, let's say if you're on an Instagram live and someone is asking for people to come and give us a little freestyle, and everyone is in the comments saying Carter the Bandit, but that person is ignoring them.
Yeah.
Like,
do I have that support? Yeah, I definitely have that support. I've seen that support throughout like my career or whatever with certain people and stuff, and it's mainly strangers that don't know me.
That's
always,
happens a lot. A lot of people have that response.
Literally. And that surprises me. Like, it's so overwhelming because it's like, you don't know me from nowhere and you're willing to actually go hard for me to be put onto something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would say I get a lot of support from strangers. Definitely more strangers than friends, but that's nothing new.
It's always very interesting,
Yeah.
that, isn't it?
Always.
Why do you think that is?
Do you know what? Yeah, I think because they're your friends, they feel like you already know that they support you. But it's like showing it is a whole different thing. Because saying it is like, okay, cool, yeah, I support you. But like showing it, like there's so much more to showing support.
Yeah,
But,
silent support goes nowhere.
yeah, nowhere at all. Like I hate a friend that's like, oh, like congratulations on this, and then something big happens like with a celebrity, and it's like, oh my gosh, okay, so when we go in here, and it's like, no, you wasn't supporting me in the first place.
Yeah. No, you're just here for a good
Yeah,
time.
literally.
Yeah.
So I've been seeing a lot of that like throughout everything that's happening and the stuff that's to come. I've been feeling some stuff, so I'm just like, yeah.
Do you have anything big coming up? I feel like there's music maybe in summer.
So there is music. I've got a new tune called Freak. And that tune is very much like just, it gives a bit of the old me, especially with the twerking and stuff. So a lot of people will see that in the music video when I actually film that. But I've called it Freak because so many people are like scared to show that side of being sexual, especially when it comes to being gay as well. Like it's like if you do too much things, then you're seen as someone that's trying to be too much in front of boys, or you're trying to be something you're not, or whatever, whatnot, or people just want to act like they're always clean and all of these things. So the tune is like very much like just be free with yourself, like
Yeah.
sexually liberated, if I say. Yeah.
The thing is, the straight people that make music are dirty with it.
Yeah.
Like
Of
I
course.
was the other day, I was listening to a podcast. It was the Receipts podcast, and they had Mel B on it. And you know, they were a straight girl band.
Yeah.
And I must have been, I don't know, I was under 10 years old at the time. But they've got one song, and it's basically about safe sex and putting on a condom. There's somewhere she goes, put it on, cause tonight
Okay, yeah.
is the night. That whole song is about putting on a condom. Of course, it's not explicit, but like
course.
they're still talking about placing a condom on a dick and putting it into
Yeah.
a vagina. That's what it's about. And then two become one. That's
Yeah,
how
of
they
course.
become one, by going in and out, right?
Of course.
No one said shit. Fast forward to now, we've got people like Nicki Minaj singing about, you know, sitting on dicks, Meg Thee Stallion talking about all the things. I'm trying to think about what straight people, like men,
Yeah,
male
I don't
songs.
really listen to straight men too tough, but the females, like, I love their music. Like, I'm a stand up for women, like always. So, like, especially when it comes to female rappers, especially as
Wet
well.
ass pussy, boom. There we go.
Yeah.
That's explicit, right?
Yeah.
That was a vibe. Obviously, it got the
course.
backlash, but
Yeah.
like, I feel like there is extra pressure when it's a gay artist.
Yeah, of course.
Especially a black gay artist.
Yeah.
Talking about what clearly happens in gay relationships,
of
which
course.
is sucking of dicks,
Yeah.
sitting on dicks, eating motherfuckers out.
Yeah.
Like, we all know that happens, but why is there that extra pressure, or why do you think there's that extra pressure when black gay guys put it in their art, be it singing or rap?
I think there is like a stigma towards it because it's just like people ain't ready to hear that stuff, or like people don't want to hear that stuff. But obviously for females, it's like it's normal stuff that we've been taught. So it's also people's upbringings and stuff that ain't really willing to be open to hearing new things and stuff like that. And sometimes, don't get me wrong, like even I can agree sometimes if you was to hear like a gay tune, it's a bit, I think sometimes it can be a bit over the top. Like for example, my Freak tune, I'm talking, but I'm not doing too much. So
What's your craziest line in that song?
2 hands on my knees, just work it.
That's not that
That's not
bad.
too bad.
No,
but
that's
what I'm
giving
saying. I have to
gospel
make it clean.
music.
2 hands on my knees, just work it. Like that's very much like, I had to think about it properly because also it's a lot about radio play and stuff as well. So
Of
certain
course.
things I can't say on a tune and then feel like, okay, yeah, I can send this through to radio and it's going to be like, okay, cool. Because there's been tunes that I've got where I'm just swearing constantly or I'm saying different things and it's like, okay, well, now this ain't radio friendly. You can't play this. Like even if you was to clear the words out, it sounds silly clearing the words out because now you're thinking, oh, now I've got to do this.
Yeah.
But yeah, with this tune, I would say it's defo more explicit than any of the other tunes.
Is it?
Yeah. And the video is defo going to be way more explicit, just to give it more of an imagination for people.
Do you feel like the UK is ready to have an artist like yourself and keep them there? Because I feel like you've been here,
Yeah.
right?
Of course.
But it's about having a place for them,
Yeah, longevity.
and a place where you can thrive off of it.
Yeah.
Because it's hard in the music industry or any industry to make money
Of
and
course.
thrive off of that. Do you feel like the UK is ready to have a queer artist that's not, Sam Smith, but like a queer, black queer artist and have them in mainstream?
I think yes.
Mm-hmm.
Only because of the people that have been around now. Like maybe when I first started, I would have never thought I would have been around half the people that I've been around. But like I'm now standing around people that I used to listen to at home.
Yeah.
So and they know I'm gay. Even some of the straight people, like I'll be walking down the street and someone will be like, "Oh my gosh, I've seen you on like TikTok or something." Like keep doing what you're doing. Do you know what I mean? Like they don't have to agree with it, but they can't lie and say, "Oh yeah, your music's rubbish" or whatever, whatnot. It's just not what they suits them. Do you get what I mean? So I would say that they could, but the UK is 10 years behind as usual. Like if I was in America now, give me 1 week, 2 weeks, at least there would have been some sort of something. There would have been a manager or someone would have reached out by now kind of thing. But here it's like, we want to work with you, but we're like waiting to see what happens, or it's very questionable if they work with us, what happens next, or they don't actually know what to do with us. So it's like right now everyone's at a standstill. Well, not a standstill, but it's like everyone's looking at different options of what else they can do now, because it's like, okay, is our music too much, or should we simmer it down a bit until we get into the industry, or like kind of thing. But I feel like everyone should just be themselves, because I feel like being yourself will get you wherever you need to be.
100%.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's one of the mistakes a lot of people in general make. They want to be a certain thing that isn't themselves, and they will struggle to get anywhere with that, because when the two don't match up, like who you are as an artist and who you are with your morals.
Of
like,
course.
I'm not saying you've got to be like, if you're on stage, you're going to be turned up and doing what you're doing, and that's not how you're going to be in your real life. But when the two are completely opposite and you come across one way on the stage, and then in real life you're the complete opposite.
Yeah, it's a different thing.
It's the only profession that we work in is being an actor, where you're literally playing other people. But as an artist, I don't think that works.
Nah, definitely not.
Is there anything that you're like scared of in bringing yourself to the forefront, unapologetically being yourself?
What I've been scared of is giving myself to the world, like people actually getting to really, really know me. Like I feel like it takes levels of that, especially as an artist as well, because you just don't know who's there to actually be genuine and who's there to just use. And don't get me wrong, everyone's here to be used, and that's not in a bad way. Everyone's here for whatever resources they can do and what they can help with, kind of thing. But I think I'm just like, I've come across and come in and out of people that have seen like little things that have been successful for me, and then been like, now they've popped up, but I've been reaching out to you for like months, no reply. But then you see like a follow from this artist, or you see that this artist reposted me, and then you come back. So I think the one thing I'm kind of scared of is like literally opening up and telling people what's going on with me, for them like to then either use it or just like disregard it. So I think that's the main thing for me.
And what would you say you're most excited about?
I'm most excited about everyone just living their life, like through my music especially as well, like everyone understanding me properly through my music, everyone feeling like they're that bitch through my music, feeling like a boss, feeling like whatever it is when you wake up in the morning. Like I'm excited for everyone just to feel the energy I feel.
Yeah, I'm really excited for your stuff to come out, because so much is going on in the world right now, both here, but especially we're seeing it a lot in the States, with like laws changing and like our community being torn apart, really. And one of the places that a lot of the LGBTQ DL community go to is the club. One of the places. There are other places, but that is one place, a gay club. We know for the most part, safe there.
Yeah, of course.
And we can just let our hair down and just relax and vibe. So to be in a safe space like that, and hear songs by one of our people with lyrics that we can relate to, like 100%.
Of course.
I think that's exciting. And we've had it with like Lil Nas. Someone was actually telling me that they don't feel like Lil Nas had like Blue. I think he did. In my eyes, he did.
He blew. I just think, obviously, a lot of people looked at his come up as why didn't he come out as gay first or whatever or whatnot, and why was it through like different like signs and those kind of things instead of just like where, as you have Saucy who came out. Well, he's not even come out. Saucy was out already.
Saucy
Nails, everything.
flew out of that motherfucker.
Like, he was himself, do you get what I
Yeah.
mean? And I'm not saying Lil Nas wasn't himself, but I feel like whatever team he had behind him, obviously,
Said,
probably
keep
made
that to yourself for now.
make it,
Yeah.
like, just keep it on the low for now kind of thing. But I think he blew. I think he's dope. I'm on the same
Yeah.
album as him as well.
See, yeah, like, and that new song, Hotbox,
Yeah.
like, I like it. I feel like he gets supported. I definitely feel like he doesn't get as much radio play as like the straight lot, but I think the more people like yourself,
Yeah.
and like big hats off to you for continuing to hustle, because this isn't your first or second year. You've been out here for a minute, creating and giving, and the more people that do what you're doing, and you will be inspiring people to be like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this.
Of course.
And the more of us that come forward, they're going to have no choice but to either play it, or we will just play it ourselves. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, to hear those kind of songs that we can relate to is just, it hits different.
Of course, always. Like, I just feel like it's relatable, it's fresh as well on top of it. And if you're willing to listen to it, listen to it. Like, it's really not that bad.
Do you ever do any like emotional
I've
things?
got some, but they will be on the project, which is coming out later on this year.
Okay.
So everyone will kind of more hear that stuff.
What is the project? Is it
so
EP,
it's a
album? What can we
EP.
expect? EP.
It's literally an EP, yeah. So I've been sitting on that for probably 2 years now. And like, I just felt like it's not time for it to come out, as it will be my second EP that I put out. So you lot will get to understand me a bit more through that, alongside a documentary with BFI that will be coming out as well.
Oh, dope. What's the documentary about?
So the documentary is about my journey in music and just me as a person and myself, and little life struggles that I've had, things that have occurred online, things that have occurred behind the scenes. So everyone will get to see like a breakdown of everything, not just the music, just also me, my life. Obviously, you won't see no family in it because that's my personal stuff. But everything else is in my friends. When I go out to the clubs, the performances, the behind, just even everything you can imagine basically is in that. So we've been filming that since last year summer, and we finished this year summer.
And when can we expect to see it?
So you'll be getting that at the end of this year, basically by like November. It's because they've already started editing half of last year's already.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, congratulations
Thank
again. That's dope. That's so dope.
Thank you very much.
Right. So we're gonna get into word of the week. What is your word of the week?
Live for yourself and not for them.
Live for yourself and not for them. Give us some more information behind that.
I say that because it's about you and how you want to be seen, and not about others and making other people happy. You have to make yourself happy first before you make others happy. So live for yourself and not for them.
You know, when you said you have to make yourself happy and not other people happy, that hit me. Are you a woo-woo girl, an astrology girl?
Yeah, I'm a Cancer. So
you're a Cancer?
Yeah.
No!
Why? What's
Because
wrong
the
with
Cancers have done me...
Have they? What have they done?
They've been nice sometimes.
They're
been
lovely.
nice sometimes. But
What did
some
you
of the
do?
Cancers,
That's the
what did I
question.
do?
Yeah.
You lie, I did nothing but give.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know
and
what,
I took
what are
sometimes.
Are they a July Cancer?
Especially the first one was a July Cancer, the other one's a June.
Okay, I don't know about the June
I
Cancers,
gave a
but-
lot more to the June and I took a lot more from the July, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Fair enough. The June Cancers.
Tell me about the June Cancer, come on.
They're mean. They
Huh?
can be mean.
Say again.
Yeah, but they're mean because they're like casping off Gemini, like kind of thing.
As in, wait a minute. I didn't even realize this. As in, like, split personality almost. Like the Gemini.
yeah. So they're casping off Geminis, but
I just need the listeners to know I didn't say that, but it makes sense.
It's literally
it
but
makes
like,
sense.
The July Cancers, don't get me wrong, yeah, we can be a little bit too much sometimes, but like we're genuinely nice people. Like we're very much caring. Honestly, yeah, you know it. You don't want to admit it, but you know it.
Yeah, because my brother is also a Cancer, and he is a nice person. But this other one specific Cancer July that I'm thinking about. Do you know what? He just made decisions that were just like negative, not just towards me, but to like
Fairs.
Like
just
he
think
had a
that we
man at a time
Oh.
and was making that would say he loved the man, but
Okay.
then it
Do
didn't look
other
like, from
things.
my view.
Okay, it looked
From my
different.
view, it didn't look like he loved
Okay,
the man.
fair
From
enough.
my view, when I would look back at him, it didn't look like he loved his boyfriend. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, but I think he was nice, but just would make real poor decisions that affected
I
lots
think
of
they
people.
just wear their emotions.
He was a
on
bit of
their
a pussy.
sleeves. Okay,
That's what I
don't
think it
know-
was.
I don't know what kind of cancer that is, but yeah, I'm different from all of that. Like I'm very much straightforward. Like I say it as it is. I wear my emotions on my sleeve. If I don't like something, you can tell I don't like something. Like I'm just very much everything about me is literally visually seen. So, yeah.
I was mentioning that the star signs because we've just had this retrograde thing happen and things were going to come to ends and
of course
all of these things. And you, when you said about make yourself happy, not someone else, I feel like that is something that the stars forced me to see. So I think it's so interesting that that should be your word of the week.
Yeah.
What was it again? Live for yourself, not for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you going to do that this week?
How am I gonna live for myself? Well, I've got a lot going on this week. Like I'm here today. Tomorrow I'm back filming for my documentary again in the studio, and I've got some more stuff to record. And then the rest of the week I'm gonna just chill because it's about me.
Absolutely.
Soft life.
Soft life. Oh yeah. I'm definitely in that right now. Like I said, like there's been lots of changes in the last month. And for the last like couple of weeks, I've been just trying to literally just do what makes me happy. And I've kind of been doing that, but I've also just been prioritizing a lot of other things that I thought made me happy.
But they don't.
Things that I wanted. Well, no.
Because that didn't sound for certain.
It did, but it came at a cost.
Okay. And
the cost was parts of who I was, which ultimately didn't make me happy, but I had this one thing that was making me happy, and it just came, the stars ripped it from me, and I've now, like, I can see so clear, and I'm just in a place now where I'm like, okay, that was great, but also the cost was just not worth it. So like, I'm back to doing what makes me happy, and I've just learned a lot over the last few months, few years, whatever. But yeah, live for yourself.
Definitely.
It's tough prioritizing because we've got people that we love.
Yeah, of course.
Be it friends, family, partners, whatever. But it's such a fine line where you put other people first. They just need to be worth it, really.
Yeah.
They need to be worth it.
Of course. That's the one thing that I've been looking at, like, if you're worth it, if you're worth my time, especially for me to be around, like, anything that's negative, anything that just doesn't sit well with me, I'm not around it. Like, I'd rather not be. Like, I just won't even put it as a topic or anything, so.
I used to be like that. I was very cut. And then I think I got to a point where I was cutting so many people. I thought, right, let me go through the downs, because obviously things aren't always going to be positive.
Yeah.
So like when it would come to the negative times, I found myself like being more graceful with people, because I knew I'm going to fuck up at some point. So like I'm going to piss you off or do something that rubs you up the wrong way.
Yeah.
So when you do it to me, like let's work through it. And yeah, I think I may have just got a bit lost in the sauce.
Fair enough.
But yeah, live for yourself, not for them.
Yeah.
Love that. Right, so it's now time for Melanin Magnificence.
Okay.
Who did your Melanin Magnificence go to?
It goes to Saucy Santana.
Period. Come on, tell us why.
And I say that because they've been doing their thing.
They?
No, I'm saying they, him.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I say they. Sorry, I'm my bad.
No, that's good. I didn't know.
But he's been doing his thing like for years, and like obviously, I think recently I saw something online where a lot of people were speculating that he got dropped off his label, and that wasn't the case, like as he explained, kind of thing. So I just feel like I give it to him because like the stick that the internet give him, like for anything that he does, like it's somehow someone always manages to hate on something. So I give him
Melanin Magnificence.
Yeah.
I think he's great. Like he's
real
gay.
Like
he's a big boy, and he's unapologetically himself. The way he talks, the way he walks, the way he dresses, and it seems to me very much him. It doesn't seem like a
No,
gag
there's
or a
no
get up.
act, it's
Because
just
when he's
him.
on Instagram Live, it's very much the same thing.
Same person. I see him on every single platform, like, and he
And
follows me as well. Like, I see him. We've had conversations before, and he's dope. Like, he's genuinely a nice person. So yeah, I definitely give him that shout out.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like his music. I want more. Has he got more stuff coming out?
He just dropped a tune called Bounce.
Bounce.
Yeah, and that is very catchy.
Is
it's in
it?
the clubs, especially in America. It's in all the clubs at the moment. Like, I've heard some clubs play it down here, but I see it all.
I've not even heard that, but I'm going to be... We
Check
know
it out.
now. We know now.
Bounce, Saucy Santana.
So my Melanin Magnificence goes out to a lady by the name of... Right, hopefully I don't butcher this. I think it's Zuleika Patel. Now, Zuleika Patel, she's a grown woman now, but back in 2016, she was in school. I think it was secondary school, primary school. She was holding protests in her school in South Africa because they were basically telling all the black girls to not have their hair natural and that they either needed to fix their hair or chemically straighten it to put it down. And they had policies that were having these young girls sent home or like punished, essentially discriminated for being
crazy.
for having it out. And this is 2016, so this is under 10 years ago. But she hosted a load of protests and finally won because it went viral on like Instagram and TikTok and stuff. And so the world pressure on the school forced the school to get rid of these discriminatory policies and like take back all the punishments that they gave out to the girls. And Zuleika Patel is now a full-time activist doing similar work. I saw this online. This initial thing that she did that got her recognized and got her into full-time activism was back in 2016, but that went over the radar or under the radar. And so I want to give her flowers now. I don't know what she's doing now, other than activism still. But shout out to you for doing your big one at such a young age in school, for getting that changed. And I'm sure that she's out there making changes for the best. So, yeah, Zuleika Patel gets my Melanin Magnificence this week. So, on last week's episode, I brought back the segment Dutchpot, where I offer my guest something to speak about, and it can be absolutely anything. It's not planned, it's not rehearsed. We just talk and have a moment to connect, discover something. So, Carter, the Bandito, what would you want to talk about? What's on your heart? What's on your spirit? It doesn't have to be about your music. This is just some real talk now. This is a queer black podcast, and we are two queer black men talking. It doesn't have to be about nothing sexy, nothing fancy, nothing, I'll promote this. It's just real talk.
Life. Like feelings. Like, how do you feel? Like, how you feeling today?
How am I feeling today?
Yeah.
Do you know what? Especially after your word of the week and just like the time that I've been through for this last month, I'm feeling more at peace with like my life and my situation. I'm back in therapy, and I was recently asked a question about what I've learned over the last 2 years.
Okay.
And my response was I've got proof of what I can give and who I can be to someone that I care about. Before, I'd been a son. I'm a son all the time to my mum and dad, but we don't have a relationship. But I've been a son, I've been an uncle, I've been a friend. And I've always thought I knew what I brought as said thing. And I had a girlfriend for like 7 years, but I was young. I was like 16 to like 21 or something like that. Okay. And as much as I had to grow up quite young, because I lived by myself since I was 15. No, since I was 16, sorry. Our relationship was a bit more advanced because I had my own place or I was homeless at the time and in like accommodation or whatnot. So like, even though I wasn't like big man paying bills, like I was still in school and stuff, had a part-time job, but like it was still a kiddie relationship. But I recently found out, like as a grown man, like in my 30s, what I can actually bring as a partner.
Okay.
And that is as a partner who is in a job or a partner who isn't in a job. And I'm proud of what I can give. And like I've got receipts. Like it's not, oh, when I'm grown, I can do this. No, I
Yeah.
know. I've got proof that even when the chips are down, we can still do this, and I can still
course.
sort you out with this, and I can still do this for me, and
Yeah.
I can still be there. And I'm excited at what the rest of my life will look like because I now know how valuable I am.
Okay. Yeah.
And that was a really nice thing to learn. And the learning process wasn't always great. Sometimes it was amazing, but there were definitely some times I was like, oh, wow, I feel like I'm doing all of this, but I might not be getting X, Y, and Z back,
Yeah.
but it's worth it because I've got this person or I've got this job or whatnot. But yeah, so I feel at peace and I feel excited for the future, but I feel proud and I feel, proud at what I bring and who I am.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you? How are you feeling?
I would say this year I feel better than I've felt many other years for some reason. Like
Amen.
maneuvering the music thing and just like kind of trying to figure out where I want to be, like, and what I want to do with myself. Like, I'm 28, gonna be 29 this year, so I'm like in my last years of 20.
Yeah, enjoy
so,
them, girl, because the hangovers get real.
Yeah, so like little things like just making sure that I'm good. Like, as I said about the whole being happy and be doing it for yourself and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like, that's a lot of what I've been looking at and like healing and stuff. Like, I haven't been in a relationship since I was 18, 19. Yeah, like, and
You
that's
had
just
situationships?
I've had situationships, but
Okay.
one that wasn't
Yeah.
even, do you know what I mean? That was still, I was still like probably like 21, 22.
Yeah.
So I look at like situations now and I look back then and people be like, why are you single and stuff? And I'm like, do you know what? Because it's about yourself. Like, before you give yourself to someone, you really need to make sure that you're fully there properly. Like, even
Yeah.
if someone was to break up with you, well, I know I'm good, you can go about your business kind of thing. Because
Yeah.
like, I know, like, yeah, it will hurt me, but I'm good, I'm happy.
Yeah.
So that's more what I've been looking at, like just healing. And I don't feel like I'm fully healed, but I feel like I'm in a place where I'm peaceful and like I've got a peace of mind where I'm just to myself and I feel relaxed. I don't have to stress about nothing. If it ain't nothing that's got to do with me, if it ain't about my bookings or anything or family, I'm not really cared about it too tough, like, because I don't need that stress. So
you don't want a relationship?
I would like one, but right now where I'm at, I'm quite comfortable. Like, not saying
Yeah.
that it's off the tables, but I feel like someone would have to really show me otherwise because I'm quite independent. Like,
Yes.
from when I moved out my mum's house from like 18, I've always like just been to myself. Like,
Self-sufficient.
Yeah. So for someone to come along and like, not saying they've got to have everything all together, but I know what I want to do with myself. So I don't want you to come along and you don't really know what you want to do with yourself yet. Or you're still kind of like, you've got it, but you don't know yet. Like, I know for certain like music and entertainment is me. So I need someone that falls in line with that. But other than that, like myself and my own mental, I'm happy. Like,
That is
I'm
so
calm.
good.
Yeah.
Are you in therapy or anything like that?
No, I would like to try it though. Like,
I've got a therapist for you, black woman,
Okay.
Caribbean. I just put her on to one of my friends. One of my other friends used her. She's phenomenal. Shout out to Brenda. Don't watch this, but like, she's amazing, and she gets all the. I taught her a lot about the gay scene.
Yeah.
Like, she was always open to it, but in my early days, especially when I was single, I did a lot. I did the most, and I told her about everything. So she's been with me for 5 years. There's nothing you can tell her that would shock her.
Yeah.
And I'll be gagged if you do. I'll be gagged if you do. But yeah, I definitely recommend therapy. Definitely recommend it. Even if if you're in a good place.
Of course.
Like,
it still helps. To
yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, it's like when your house is tidy, but you just, I don't
still
know.
feel like there's something that needs to be.
Just a little air freshener, do you know what I mean? Just to top it off, or like
Yeah.
just wipe down the sides. You don't need to like a mad declutter, but just
Of
a little freshen up. Yeah. How do you like stay happy then? You were saying like you feel happy now. Like, what are things that you do to like stay
Being
there?
by myself.
Be by
I
yourself.
like to be by myself. Don't get me wrong. Like, obviously, my best friend lives with me, and
That's nice.
people think that we're always together, and he's in his room most of the time, and I'm in my room most of the time.
Yeah.
And that's just us like being in our own worlds, like kind of thing. So like just yeah, that stuff like that makes me happy. Going to the studio makes me happy. Like seeing my friends happy makes me happy.
Yeah.
So that's stuff that like I've looked at and I thought, okay, do you know what?
More
They're
it
happy,
is.
I'm good. Like
Yeah.
I'm at peace of mind. If you lot are fine, I'm good.
Well, that's it for Dutchpot. Thanks for that little chat.
That's
in
okay.
terms of like feelings. I feel like there's not
Yes.
a lot of places we can go to just hear people talk like candidly and
No, of
openly
course.
without having some kind of like angle,
Yeah.
but just connecting, like a genuine moment. Like
Of
I feel
course.
like I really opened up
Yeah.
when you asked me that, and I feel like you did as well. So I feel
Yeah.
like that it's
And it's
nice, it's
rare.
needed. Yeah.
Because like you go to the clubs, and this is the thing. I think a lot of people also get this sort of mind about me already when they go to the clubs because I don't say hello to people. But it's just it's not that I don't want to say hello, but it's if you really wanted to have a conversation and talk to me, I get it's for socializing, but you could talk to me when there's no music or anything. Like you can
Yeah.
message me on social media. We can meet up and actually go somewhere other than the club. The club, everyone's intoxicated.
Yeah.
Or you want to just have a quick smoke and go inside. I don't want to be breathing in no smoke, any of those things. So I'm like very much to myself. But yeah, I feel like it's very rare that people ask, how are you? It's always
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm fine. And oh yeah, I'm doing good.
You
And
good, good, yeah,
then
I
you
see
leave
you,
there
yeah.
and you're going home and really and truly you're not fine. You're going home back to whatever it is you're upset about. But like even when I ask people at the club sometimes, how are you doing? And they're like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, no, seriously, like I'm not having a sobby moment, but don't say you're fine if you're not fine. Like if you're going through something, let's talk. Like keep
Is
it
the
real with
club
me.
a place to like proper catch up then, would you say?
No, and this is why I barely say anything to anyone. Like now, when I go to clubs, I'm usually either in the DJ booth or I'm in the corner somewhere, or I'm like ready to go home because why we having we don't really need to talk in the club really and truly. Like we're here to listen to music. Let's keep it real. Like if you
And dance
really
and have a
care
good
to have a
time.
conversation,
I've
outside
had
the club.
many a deep convos though in the
the club?
club. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they always
No, they probably don't remember the next day or something.
Yeah.
But I'm someone that remembers. Even if I'm intoxicated, I will remember the conversation. But it's just like, yeah, there's a lot of, especially with our community, like the POC lot, it's a thing of, I'm fine. But I feel like it's also upbringing. We've been taught to hold our feelings in.
Yeah.
Or we've been told to just suppress
And
everything.
I'm anti that. I want
Yeah.
people to just be honest about their feelings, but like real honest. Where are places that we can go then to do that? I remember like a few years ago, there was this queer black organization. It was like a youth club.
Okay.
And they would do like events. AZ Mag.
Okay, yeah.
Do you remember AZ Mag?
I've been, if I'm correct, I'm sure I've been interviewed by them.
I've done a panel
They
talk
got like
for
a
them.
purple sign on their Instagram. I think on their, it's like
I
don't
know that they've
but I
shut
feel like it
down
sounds
now.
familiar.
That's what.
Have they? Oh.
Yeah, they shut down maybe like 2 years ago. But like, I can't think of another place where like, other than, have you heard of Blackout UK?
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yeah, so I've done one of their brunches, but I've not seen them do an event for ages. But like, other than like Bootylicious,
Yeah.
Connection Party,
Yeah.
Scala.
Those are nighttime things, though.
Where are
We
the
need
where are the
daytime.
daytime things
Do you know
for
what?
the
Actually,
gays?
Connections did have a daytime thing, but it was like, I think it was in collaboration. I performed at that one, and
Oh,
that
lit.
was with a collaboration with a different club, which was nice. It was a daytime thing. There was actually someone else, I can't remember what their name was, but they were doing daytime events, like kind of like brunch kind of things. But I feel like it needs to be promoted more. Everyone loves a nightclub, but no one wants to go outside and actually do other fun stuff. Apart from
I
that.
do.
Nah, I
Because
hear
the
you.
gag is, if I'm going to the club, no shade, I'm going to get really, really drunk.
Yeah.
I am. And I am going to probably end up inside someone or
Fair
them inside
enough.
of me. And like, it's not, I don't want that to be the thing all
Yeah,
the
of course.
time. Like, and I'm not saying I do that every single time I go
No,
to
of
the club.
course.
Sometimes I just get really, really drunk and go home.
Yeah.
But like, those are the outcomes. I seldom walk away from an event being like, oh my God, I've really connected with so many people today. Or like, I've made some like
Of course.
lifetime friends.
Of
I
course.
want to go to events where I can come away, like how we've had this little chat
Yeah.
and be like, oh no, I really connected, I learned. And
Yeah. I get you. I think some stuff will come soon.
I hope so. If not, I'm going to
Definitely.
make it because I've got the time
Yeah,
now.
definitely.
Ish. Right. Let's move on to Myles' measures. Right. So Trinidad and Tobago, have you heard? Okay, right, let's get to it. So their beauty pageants,
Okay.
they have made a new law that no wigs and no false hair can be worn.
Okay.
Now, I personally think that this is a good thing in the long run. A lot of women out there have been up in arms like, no, like we use these hair for like protective styles and da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
But I also feel like the women that are gonna like hate that are from a generation where like they're used to going to
Natural.
work and being told that they cannot wear their hair in certain ways. So they've been used to society telling them to look more professional or more beautiful,
Yeah.
get a wig and do this. And that's what they were raised on. And now it has become a part of black culture to put hair in and stuff. I don't know about the origins of it, but it definitely is a part of of black culture
Yeah,
now,
of
like
course.
to get a bust down wig,
Yeah,
to do the
of
thing.
course.
But I do think that in the bigger picture, to have winners or just contestants in these beauty pageants in Trinidad and Tobago, to them being shown wearing their natural hair, the younger generation looking at that will form a different relationship to their natural hair than the generation now.
I don't know. I feel like if it's something that was fine before, why is it that the law's now being changed for it? Like, I feel like it should just be left the way it is. I don't think anything should be changed to it. But obviously, if that's what the law is, then that's what the law is. Can't go
Yeah,
against it.
I think they said it was to help black women use their natural hair more.
Okay.
And just to like let that be seen as something beautiful, because it's a beauty pageant.
Of course.
Yet the way they would present
Is
was
with wigs
not
and-
with their own
yeah.
stuff. And you could still look beautiful with a wig.
Of course.
And that's why I feel like, because like Beyonce, obviously she's got her own hair, but she be wearing wigs too. And all of the girls, Nicki Minaj, like they look amazing.
Yeah.
But there aren't many platforms where you will just see natural hair.
Yeah.
Unless
And
it's
they've all got
specifics.
long hair. Like all of them, even Cardi, Nicki, all of them have natural long hair. But I think it's just obviously, it's also a persona. It's like Spice, for
Yeah.
example. Spice wears blue hair all the time. When she's around her kids,
Yeah.
she's Grace, black hair.
Yeah.
That's just that like kind of thing. So I don't know. I think everyone just has it as it's a character thing in a way. Because when everyone goes home, they're not always like that, or like, I know for a fact all the celebrities that I just mentioned, they definitely go home and take off their wigs and they're just chilled.
Of course, yeah.
Like, so I think, I don't know, I don't think it should be banned, but if that's the way they want it to be, especially for beauty pageants, as it is a beauty pageant, and if we're actually really going to go with the actual term of it, then cool.
Because
But-
otherwise they'll be up there with BBLs, big ticks. And again, I'm here for that too.
Yeah.
But then maybe there should be two beauty pageants. One is best wigs, best contacts, best BBL,
that's-
best tummy tuck, and then a natural beauty. And both are great.
It's just, that just makes it even more extra though, because then it's like, I get it, having two different ones, but then it's like, why should they be separated from these lot? They're basically women anyway, so everyone might as well be in the same thing. But
But if one paid for their ass and the other one didn't,
still mine, I paid for it, it's mine, it's my body.
yeah, facts. But one is natural and one's not.
No, it doesn't have to be. I paid for it, it's my body. So I'm still going.
Fairs.
But I get where you're coming from too.
Yeah,
I get where you're coming from too. But I paid for it, it's my body.
I hear
Especially
that.
if it looks natural as well. You can't tell me that my body's
Yes,
fake.
yeah, I'm thinking extreme. I'm thinking like
massive.
bogodongodong.
No,
Like,
oh,
yeah,
okay,
I'm
fair
thinking
enough.
extreme.
In that
and
term,
like
okay,
wigs in
cool.
like a bright fluorescent.
Okay, you're thinking like proper like animated. Just,
Yeah.
Okay, cool. In that case, no. Because then it's like you're doing a bit too much. But then if it's natural.
It's like how you've got bodybuilder competitions, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
They've got the natural ones.
Yeah.
And then you've got the ones where they're all on the steroids and
yeah.
stuff and they look
crazy.
mad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still great, but like different lanes,
yeah,
innit? Like,
of course. I hear you.
yeah. There's something else happening in Trinidad and Tobago, but I'll talk about that later. So Usher, have you been to an Usher tour yet?
No. I'm not really a fan of Usher.
You ain't you
I like his
28,
music.
right?
Yeah, I like his music, but I'm not really a fan of Usher. Usher.
Is it? Not even from like back in the day. If you ain't your body and
No.
somebody who knows.
Like, nah.
You
like,
say you don't even listen to straight bells, even though
No,
I
I
don't
don't
know if he's
really.
straight.
I
Do you
don't
think he's
know.
straight?
I think he is.
Is
I
it?
do actually think he is, but I don't listen to him.
I mean, I don't listen to him, but I think I would go for the throwback vibes.
No, I hear you.
Have you been seeing all of the cherries?
Yeah, I've seen
Yes.
all the videos. Like,
Do you
even
know
when he
anyone
was
that's had it
doing,
done to them?
No.
One of my friends did it. She
Oh my
stays
gosh,
that
did she?
down, yeah.
Okay.
But it's not that viral auntie. though.
Okay. No, she was doing.
She
was
was, like-
into it.
She's doing this. You see her. I think that Usher should do it to a man because he's straight. Yeah, he's straight. I think it would be good to see a man comfortable enough in his sexuality to offer the same level of entertainment to anyone in the audience. Otherwise, it seems like you're avoiding it. Because
I feel like it's mostly the ladies at the front, though. This is the thing. Like any video,
but there be men at the front too.
Okay, maybe
my friend went and he was front row.
Okay,
but he wasn't given a cherry.
Okay, fair enough. Well, yeah, I think it's just more for the ladies' entertainment.
So if he put it to you, what would you do?
I don't think I would eat it from him.
You wouldn't.
Do you
know, would reject Usher.
I probably would, only because I'm funny about stuff like that. Like I don't eat from anyone. So all of those little things, like even though he touched it, no, it's not. It doesn't.
But he only touched the end bit, not the actual
but
cherry.
I'm still funny about like.
So you'd be like, sorry, Usher, you're gonna have to do a U-turn.
I'm so sorry. You have to either go to my friend. I'll tell my friend to do it. I encourage my friend.
Come here.
Because one of us is gonna be on the camera, but you did it, not my mouth. Nah. Yeah, nah. I'm funny about stuff like that. So yeah.
Do you watch Lani Good's Badders, or have you watched any of them?
Yeah, so my music features on there.
Is it? Yeah. Period. Lit.
Yeah, my music features on the first season of The Boys and then the second season of The Girls.
How did I not clock that?
Yeah.
Swear down. Well, they've obviously got a new one because we had Prestige come on the show.
Okay.
He's so dope. He's such a vibe. But yeah, there's a mixed house they're gonna do. Yeah, what are your thoughts on it being mixed?
I think that would be dope as long as the boys know their place.
In meaning what?
As in not hitting the girls.
What if a girl hits them?
Well, then that's on the girl. But other than that, no cancel culture for me.
Yeah, I'm not here for cancel culture.
I'm just very much like, if you hit a boy and you hit them hard, it just may be their reaction, because every action has a reaction.
Say that again.
Every action has a reaction.
Period.
Okay, so.
But people like to concentrate on the reaction. Yeah, and not the action.
Yeah, and not the action.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So my thing is, it's just very like, I don't know. The reason I think it's good, and I think the episodes have been good, but I just feel like it would make a little bit more sense if the people actually had issues, like created issues online and stuff like that. Because to me, it's like, where do you not really know each other from? Nowhere. You lot have seen audition videos, and because someone said, yeah, I'm the baddest and red hair and whatnot. Now I want to fight you because you said you're the baddest. Yeah. Because no, I'm the baddest.
Yeah, no,
but
it's pay.
I don't care about who's the baddest. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I'm that bitch. So it's like, I'm here to come and shine. The same way you're here to shine. So everyone's here to shine. We can get along and we can make good TV and go about our business. It's the same thing that happens with baddies in America. Half of these lot, as much as everyone thinks, oh yeah, they argue and they hate each other, as soon as they come off that camera, everyone is fine. There's cool. No issue. Do you get what I mean? And the same thing that Diamond the Body said. I saw an interview where she said that she is quite more extra on TV because it's reality TV.
Of course,
people want to see that stuff. Yeah. Once she comes off there, she's back to her normal life. She's a boss woman. Like she does everything that she needs to do. And as soon as the cameras come on and you need her and you don't pay her good money, the money's right, then defo. But I'm not acting out if the money's not right.
Yeah.
I'm so
sorry. They don't get paid on Badders.
Don't they?
No. I asked Josh, I asked Prestige, and he said no.
Well then, I would never be on there.
That was going to be my question. Like, would you ever do something like that?
No, I wouldn't do anything like that. Only because I know where I'm at in life and I know where I'm at with the magazines and all of that stuff. And I don't want to be seen as someone that's fighting, and then I go on a show and everyone knows that I'm an artist and instantly I'm targeted, that I then become a villain instantly or something, because now I'm not going to sit there and get jumped and I'm not going to argue with you for no reason. We don't have no beef.
You to have your music played over their mess.
Yeah, so I'll have my music played over it.
And as I said,
I've got a documentary coming soon. I've got a documentary coming soon, so you will see everything that is just more like, do you know what, that's for more the fun side of the gay scene, like that side that love the reality TV shows and stuff like that. And I love reality TV shows. I just personally feel like if I'm going to be on a show, it needs to make sense to me to why I'm on the show, not just I popped up and, oh, look, there's Carter The Bandit, he's on the show.
Yeah, it needs to align.
Now. Yeah,
it needs to align and make sense.
Yeah.
Facts.
So big up to them, because I know a few people on there and I literally salute them, because you're putting yourself out on,
there.
Yeah, for millions of people, or like wherever it's being streamed to, like obviously kind of like people are making judgments of you and seeing stuff, especially the gay boys already as we get so much judgment already. So I give it to them for doing their thing.
When we had Prestige on, I said well done to all of them, because it was just nice to see a different side of gay culture being portrayed. Like,
of course.
and it wasn't all just fighting as well. So
No, of
like,
course. But
yeah, I was definitely here for that.
But the mixed house, it should be interesting.
Yeah, I'm be tuned in. I'm be tuned in. I wanted to quickly talk about Janelle, the BBC journalist that had her hair. Did you see that? It went viral on like the Shade
Look,
Room.
I lied to you.
Yeah.
I don't follow the Shade Borough or Shade Room.
Long story short, this black girl, journalist, I think she's been doing journalism for ages now. She just had leave out. The leave out was trash. I put a picture up. It was really bad.
But I don't know why I feel like I've seen this picture.
You haven't?
I think I've seen this picture.
Yeah, I think you would have. But long story short, babes, it shouldn't have happened. Like, respect to the law, respect black women. I love black women. But that was just, it was crazy. Like, it was crazy. And like, even like after watching it, I'm sure AI could have done something, or someone could have given you a hat or something. Now, I don't think that she deserved, apparently she got like death threats and like a load of like negative comments. Like,
everyone takes it too far.
Yeah, that is out of the question. Like, that is not necessary. It didn't need to be done. But it really was on you, sis. Like, it was. Like, I'm sure you would have seen it before it went viral or before it got posted by the BBC. And I'm sure before you went in front of a camera to do a little quick, a little, am I good?
I'm sure everyone has a quick checkout before they get on the camera.
You would think. Yeah. But, yeah, I don't agree with none of the, like, the hate that you're getting. But, like, it is obvious, babes. It looked crazy. It looked crazy, Carter. It looked crazy. But it is what it is. Right, everybody. It is time for Get the Belt. Who are you giving the belt to, Carter? And I feel like I know what you're going to say.
I am giving the belt to motherfucking UK Black Pride. Okay?
I knew you was going to do
I'm giving you lot the belt because you lot are whack. Every year you have artists, especially the boys, applying for you lot's things, and we never ever get it. You don't know the UK gay rappers already. You know more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us that are here. We never get it. I've been told 3 years or 4 years in a row now to apply. Applied every single year, even though I felt like I never had to, and I still did. Last year I was actually meant to be on the main stage, from what I got told, and all of a sudden the lineup came out and I wasn't on the lineup. Total disrespect once again, and I allowed it. This year I'm not allowing it. Like, you lot definitely need the belt completely. I unfollowed you lot. I don't fuck with you lot. Actually, that's just it for me, really and truly, with them. So we cut ties. Like, even the weak ass apology they gave me was whack. That was your opportunity to be like, do you know what? We hear you.
What were they apologizing for?
The apology was, sorry for posting the pictures.
So they had used your...
sorry for using my pictures, obviously every year, whatever, whatnot, and sorry for your frustration. So it's not a frustration, it's just a disrespect. And whoever's behind the page, I just feel like...
You said they're using your pictures. What do you mean?
They were using my pictures for promo from the year that I got brought out. So basically, I featured on a tune with another artist who is my best friend. And since that day, they keep posting me. But my thing is like,
performing at Gay Pride?
Yeah, performing at Gay Pride that I've never had a set at. I was actually on one tune that I got brought out for, and on top of it, it wasn't my set, it was my friend's set. So why would you not use his pictures more than my pictures? And like, even throughout the years, there's been other artists that's performed even after us. Why are you not using their pictures for your new audition promo? Why am I keep seeing my pictures?
How many UKs performed at Black Pride, hasn't he?
So many people. Him, I think, who else? Even last year, they had Amaria BB and Ivorian Doll. The year before that, they had Miss Banks. Why are you not using their pictures on your promo thing and stuff like that? Do you think they have to pay? I don't think they have to pay. I feel like you lot took your pictures and you keep using old pictures on every single thing that you lot do for promo. And it's funny that I've got a whole full head of hair now and you lot are still using the same pictures from years back. Like, why?
Have they asked you to perform it?
Never ever asked me to perform. Told me that I have to apply basically like everyone else or whatever, whatnot. The same treatment that we get. So yeah, belt to you lot.
That's such a shame because you're my friend, they are my friends. And like, when I had seen what was going on, like, I felt like you needed a voice. I don't like to say I play devil's advocate because I don't believe that the devil needs anyone working for him. But I feel like there's two sides to every single story.
Definitely.
I'm hoping that with this, there can be some kind of.
Nah, I promise you, like, I'm over it. Like, I've spoken about support for like years now, years on ends of like just different situations and stuff. And it's like every single time I talk about something, I feel like it gets disregarded, or it's like someone understands for a bit and then it goes back to quiet again. So with them, it's like years on ends. I've also spoken to the owner, which I love her to bits. She's dope.
Yeah,
Like
Lady
Lady
Phil,
Phil,
like, yeah.
salutes to her, like always. But whoever it is on that team, whoever's on that team, because there's other stuff as well. Like there's someone on that team that was volunteering that blocked me on Instagram for no reason, doesn't know me from nowhere, but yet fake supports me on Twitter every single chance that she gets. So I have no time for it. But yeah, other than that, shout out to Lady Phil. But as for the rest of whoever it is on that, yeah, nah, not here for it.
Ooh. Well,
Mwah. No bars.
My belt goes to Trinidad and Tobago. And it's not because of the wigs and the beauty pageant thing, but they have basically overturned a law that decriminalized anal sex. And back in the day when it was illegal, it was only same-sex people that it was illegal for. Now, anal sex, period, whether you're in a straight relationship, gay, lesbian, whether you're married, man and woman, anal sex is just illegal. And back in the day, it was 25 years in prison. Now you can get 5 years. 5 years for taking a dick in your anal cavity.
Well, good thing I'm top, so I won't be getting no 5 years.
Yeah, you will, babe. Both parties. Both parties, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Both the giver and the receiver.
Trinidad
jail
won't see me
cell.
till carnival anyways. I definitely want to go to one of their carnivals, but other than that,
I've never been, but I'm definitely not going to go now. Yeah, I'm giving that government the belt because, again, it's regressive. Lots of people have spoken up, especially like activists out there in Trinidad and Tobago, and they've said, my contract, be it my passport to my country, has basically been torn apart and disrespected because now we've been made second-class citizens in the LGBTQ community, and the straight people that like to just get fucked in their ass. Like, I don't know why it's anyone's business, and it even stipulates consensual adults partaking, like it's illegal. So I think, for that dumb move, I don't know what powers. I wouldn't be surprised if Trump was to be involved in this somehow because they all connected somehow. But yeah, I think it's a huge step backwards. I think it's crazy. I think governments need to stop policing what people are doing in their bedrooms and concentrate on what are happening in terms of like the slave trade, sex trafficking and things like that. Concentrate on that, poverty in the areas, drug abuse, not what people are putting inside of their pussies and their anuses.
Yeah, no.
Consensually. So yeah, my belt goes to Trinidad and Tobago for that. That is it for this week's episodes of Get the Belt. Thank you so much, Carter, for coming on and talking, about your music, about your life, what you've got coming up, and being so open. Like, when we spoke about our feelings and stuff, like I want to make Get the Belt a place where it's not just about the tea, it's not just the gossip, and we're not just cussing, but we can come together and connect. So thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you very much for having me.
Hey. Right, guys, I'm going to put this gentleman's details all in the description below. Make sure you follow and support him. So his music he's got coming out. Are you going to be at Bootylicious? Because I know you promoting it.
Yeah.
So we can see you there.
Yeah, what, on the 19th?
On the 19th?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Lit. Well, I'll see you there, girl, too.
Yes.
Thank you so much, guys, for listening. Make sure you subscribe, share, and do all of the things. And if you've got any questions, remember to send them in to contact@getthebeltpod.com. I am your host, Myles Sat, and you have been listening to the podcast that is known as Home of Melanin Magnificence and the Kingdom of Belts. You have been listening to Get the Belt.